Hey guys. Stop. All right, so it is day 71. Stop it. I'm not kidding. It is day 71 of 100 ways to motivate yourself, and this one is awesome. In fact, I have a little special guest so that she can be a recipient of this lesson today. So today's message is called Travel Deep Inside, and this has a lot to do with, just self-value, self-importance, self-love, acknowledging the fact that we go through life and other people say things and do things, and that we need to be aware of the fact that we can't let their thoughts and their actions be more important than our own thoughts and actions. So let's dive into it. So the author starts out in this particular chapter talking about how most of us wait to find out who we are from impressions and opinions that we get from other people. So our identity is kind of formed based on what we see other people reacting to. We base our own so-called self-image on other people's views of us. So if somebody were to say to you, oh, do you really, or if somebody were to give you a compliment and tell you that you were really good at something, you might respond by saying, oh, do you really think I'm good at that? And then alter your self-image upward as a response of that feedback versus just your own inclination in that regard. It's great getting feedback, especially positive feedback. We all need it to live and to feel good about ourselves. But if that's all we've got, we are in danger of being far less than we could be because our self-image always depends on others. If you're constantly waiting for that compliment, or for that matter, fishing for that compliment, then you're in trouble. And this is definitely the message for you. I know that for me, as a woman, before I turned, I would say before the age of 35, I totally suffered from this. And I'll share that as an antidote at the end. So he goes on to say that the problem is that we allow others to see only what it is that we are risking for them to see at this moment. They never see what's really inside of us. And that is so true. I hid myself from everybody for so long. And because we seldom let other people see what really resides in us, others will always, always underrate us. Your journey can be very internal. In fact, it should be internal. You can travel deeper inside to find your true potential. Your potential is your true identity. It only waits for self-motivation to come alive. What's inside of you, you can totally tap into and begin to manifest. And it's just there waiting for you to just wake up and acknowledge the power that you have with it and the authority that you have with it. He goes on to quote a famous scholar in saying this, which is amazing if you really chew on this. For this is the journey that men and women make to find themselves. If they fail in this, it doesn't matter much else what they find. And I'm going to recap that at the end because it's really deep and profound. Let positive reinforcement, compliments be mere seasoning on your life, but prepare your life's metaphorical meal all by yourself. Don't look outside of yourself to find out who you are, but look inside to create who you are. So I just think that's so interesting. So he's saying, don't look outside of yourself for the meaning of who you are and to find your value, but rather look inside and create who you are based on you. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a story like I mentioned at the beginning of this. Does this make sense to you yet? This will come full circle for you here in a second. So for so long as a child, starting from when I was a child, about the age of, 7 or so, I believed I was ugly because somebody had told me that I wasn't pretty or as pretty as a friend. And I allowed that negative opinion of somebody else to shape my own identity. And from that point on, I sought the validation from outsiders to determine my own worth. And then, you guys, I totally woke up, and I woke up from doing my own therapy. I realized that my features, my physical features, my mental features, my thoughts, my opinions, and all of that, and realized that all of this, I woke up and realized that my features and the opinions of others, the opinions of other people, and what they thought about me didn't matter to me at all. In fact, what others thought of me didn't matter because it wasn't any of my business what other people thought about me. And in my awareness of this particular fact, I had given my value and self-worth away, and I was able to step into my own power. So once I started to realize that I had given away my power, I took it back immediately. And it helped me to start a life coaching practice where I help other women to recognize their own power. And it's since then taught me how to raise my daughters and my son on the appropriate self-talk that they should have. They should talk to themselves and acknowledge that what other people think of you, and you know this, what other people think of you is their business. It's not your business. Just like what you think about other people is your business. You don't have to tell them, and it shouldn't influence them, but we allow it because we don't really always talk about it or do the work that it takes. My self-talk as a middle school and high school student was always negative because I allowed my initial thoughts that were formed as a child become my sense of self, my personal identity. And the lesson of this experience is not lost on me. And I'm going to go back to that quote. Oscar, no. And the quote in the book was, Haley, honey, you're moving the phone. The quote in the book was this: "For this is the journey that men and women make to find themselves. If they fail in this, it doesn't matter much else what they find." Meaning, that was meant to happen for me, you guys. I was meant to have that mess so that that mess could become my message, so that I could raise this little girl to be stronger on the outside and to realize her self-worth, that her self-worth comes from herself. Because your life isn't yours if you constantly care what other people think. Don't let the noise of other people's opinion drown your inner voice. God put that still small voice in your head for a reason, and it's there to lead you to your destiny. And when you're on the right track and following your path, you'll receive the approval from the universe or from God. And it's better to have the approval of God than to have the world applaud. So there you go, guys. That's day 72, or no, 71. We'll see you back on 72. Have a good day. Bye-bye.